My favorite quote from author John Green goes, "Nerds like us are allowed to be unironically enthusiastic about stuff. Nerds are allowed to love stuff. Like, jump up and down in your chair, can't control yourself, love it." When people call people nerds, mostly what they're saying is, you like stuff. My first ever Comic-Con was the embodiment of that quote. The whole time I spent walking around, I had a smile on my face, because everyone there was sincerely, unironically enjoying themselves. Here is stuff, they seem to say, that I like. Comic-Con obviously means comic books, and there are a lot of comic books. Like, a lot. There are the superhero and supervillain ones, but there's also really mundane topics, and comic books about comic books and high school and mortality. But comic books barely scratch the surface of Comic-Con. Actually, I'd say, for the most part, it's not comic books. Thinking back to John Green's quote, you might think that people hiking around in outfits is the pinnacle of nerd. Here are people wearing their unironic enthusiasm on their sleeves, as their sleeves, walking around for anyone and everyone to see, proudly saying, "I love this stuff." And there were a lot of those. But I think the part that embodied John's quote the most is the art. Here are people who have been so moved by the aesthetics, philosophies, ideas, and hope that these genres have produced that they made a new thing and took a moment of sheer vulnerability to showcase it before strangers. They made art to celebrate and exalt the culture and ideas that so many of us love. And we nerds, we go there, see their art, and what do we say? Yeah, I do need an 8-bit representation of Metroid Prime, because I love that. And that's the best part of Comic-Con. When everyone's a nerd, no one's a nerd. There were no jerks there. There was no one saying, "Oh, you like that?" Because that's not cool enough. Comic-Con is a place where we all like stuff, and that's awesome. Hampton Roads is not a huge community, and it's pretty spread out. But I love that it was able to host a convention that was big enough to bring together a Batmobile, some Imperial forces, a Doctor Who or two, and many Harley Quinns. Thanks to this great friend for filming everything you saw today, and this great friend for thinking up the trip and inviting me. And thanks, Hampton Roads. Stay nerdy.